I don't frankly see that there has been a huge progression, I have to say. I think what I would like to see is the government being much more proactive towards the issues around race equality and producing a race equality strategy, which it's not really showing any signs of doing, and I find that quite disappointing, because clearly there are other equalities issues which the government is taking more seriously. It seems clear that the current administration is working on gender issues and it's producing a disability strategy. Why can't there be a race equality strategy? Because it's quite clear that whilst quite a bit of progress has been made over the last 10 years, there's still an awful long way to go before we achieve race equality in this country. I can probably speak best from my perspective as Director of Friends, Families and Travellers, and as you will know, Gypsies and Travellers are one of the most marginalised and discriminated against ethnic minority groups in the UK. I think the current government's agendas of big society and localism, whilst they have some potential attractions, carry enormous threats and challenges for Gypsies and Travellers, and until those threats are acknowledged and real steps are taken to overcome the difficulties that could arise, I think that certainly so far as Gypsies and Travellers are concerned, the current thinking represents an enormous step backwards. I'd like to see, well, the most immediate thing, I'd like to see the killers of Stephen Lawrence brought to justice. That would be something that is long overdue. But I'd also like to see the government responding to the asks of the black and minority ethnic organisations in this country that there should be a proper race equality strategy developed. And I'm sure that our organisation and other organisations that work with black and minority ethnic groups and communities would welcome that and would be very happy to assist government in making that step forward. Accommodation for Gypsies and Travellers is a major issue. It seems inconceivable that in this country in 2012, as we will be soon, that there's 25,000 people in this country who have nowhere legal that they can place their home. In other words, everywhere they go is somewhere they're not allowed to be, and so they are repeatedly evicted from one place they shouldn't be to another place they shouldn't be, at enormous cost, not only in economic terms, and believe me, the economic costs are enormous, with the Dale Farm eviction having reputedly cost up to 18 million alone, and probably a further sum, equivalent sum, for all the other evictions that take place throughout the UK. The cost in human terms is absolutely horrendous when you think that Gypsies and Travellers have a life expectancy up to 25 years shorter than people in the settled community, and that a gypsy mother is nearly 20 times more likely to experience the death of a child. Those are shocking statistics, and we have to address them. I think it's important to, for all organisations that are concerned with equalities and human rights, that their own particular interests should be properly positioned within the wider field of equalities and human rights. So what bothers me is when different strands of equality issues beat the drum just for their own cause and don't see the wider equality issues that need to be addressed. And I think we should all be prepared to take a wider view of equalities and human rights, and be prepared to stand up for other groups that are disadvantaged, not just the ones that we directly represent.